the Secret Service came to me and said, we have to check your footage. And it was different than their normal way of asking me, hey, I want to see what you filmed, and they check on the phone. They said, come to our office and we check your footage. And at that day, rather than going to their office, I went to the airport and I left, and I knew I could never go back to Afghanistan again. My name is Ibrahim Nash'at. I was able to get an access to follow one high-ranking commander who is the head of the air forces of the Taliban and a ground soldier at Kabul Air Base. We follow the story of the weaponry left behind the Americans, and we question the foreign policy of the US and the NATO and the idea of having to go for invasions and bombing other countries, leaving a lot of collateral damage and weapons behind.
در روزای آمریکایی دیگه هم از چیزی اشاره‌ای
اینجا ما چوب برش ماندیم اگه این نباشه ماسکوش میشه
وقتی آمریکایی تو جور کردن اینه ساق پیلوت رفتن افغانستان نبوده
بسیار یک جای دائمی جور کرده به نظرم که فکرش بود که نمی عده دائمی ما باشه
Main way we filmed this film is that I would gain the access to film and I would not film directly. I would just sit in the room and hold the camera and be there and wait for a moment where they are not paying attention to me and what's happening with me. But I barely spoke. I would just there. The camera would capture the moment, but I would barely talk. I tried not to interact much and intervene with the situation so I can transfer the reality of what I saw. But we also know that the fact that once the camera existed there, that's not the full reality. That's the reality that is curated the presence of the camera. I hope the film will show the world that the forever war mentality is a failure, and you can never solve the problems of the world by imposing your ideology on someone else without understanding them. Going to some other country and live inside closed border on yourself, protected by so much security, without having to go outside and understand what the people needs, and there is the opposite of democracy. It's the opposite of fairness, or the opposite of trying to show the reality. And I hope also it shows that the Taliban understands what propaganda is now, and the war has been beneficial to them in many ways, not just getting all the weapons, but also having the strongest weapon, which is propaganda. They try to use cinema through me, but cinema this time survived from them, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. I hope they find a way of solving this problem without having to conduct another war, because the war only fails. It creates traumas on both sides, and the pain is the same. The pain that the Afghans are feeling is the same as the pain that the American soldiers who had to kill themselves and after they went back to the US. It's the same pain. Just it's the pain of why am I doing this and why am I here?